Okay. I think we're live. Only like 30 minutes late. Sorry, people. It's been a little bit of a morning though, in my defense. And I'm also not used to doing these on Friday mornings, so like I don't know. I don't know. I'll get better at it. Um, whew, but I was gonna pull up. Ooh, here we go. Okay. I was going to pull up, where is it? Let me see. Okay, the one I did last time, how did I stream this? We used Flowkiss for the sprints. There we go. But in browser. Okay. I think we're doing pretty good. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm just like checking this out. Because we're going to want to do little timer things. Let's see. Oh, yeah, my hip has been like killing me though, so that's my defense. So we want the focus timer, which focus. There we go. And I feel like people came in last time, and so they didn't quite know what we were doing. So I want to add better notes this time, so that when they come in midstream and they're like, "What on earth are you doing? Why are you quiet? Why is there a timer?" Then they have some vague concept of what's happening. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean that's the idea. But let's see. So these are basically productivity sprints while we get work done. Also, as people show up, feel free to say hi and let me know what you're planning on working on today. Yes, hello VHV. Good morning. What do you want to work on today? That's the question. Productivity sprints to write, outline, world build, whatever you gotta do. Okay, I feel like that'll help. Productivity sprints. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think my thought is here, maybe we do a short one to get us settled, because I feel like with these, for some reason, you don't tend to see people pop in right away. Like it takes a little bit for everyone to see it. Oh, I should probably edit that. But then we can get going. And I think we'll be okay now because my hip has been kind of like not doing super great because I pulled a muscle yesterday, but I think we're going to be okay. Notify writing. There you go. All right, cool. All right, so let's get going with a sprint. Let's do a short one to start. Let's do like 10 minutes, I think would be good. So let me figure out how to even change this. Ooh, a long break is 10 minutes, but that's not what we want. We want, let's do 10 minutes just to get us going. Oh, wait, that didn't save. I don't really know how this thing works, to be completely honest. Okay. Whatever, we'll do the long break timer and we'll make that work, okay? Let me pull this up. I feel like I have sprinting layout, but we need to add focus. Boom. Yeah, okay, let's start there. Let me move this over here. And let's get our first sprint going. All right, I'm gonna mute myself until we are done, but you'll hear the little whoop once the break is over. So let's get going. Okay. I feel like that was less jarring than last time we did it somehow. Wait, let me turn my light back on. And you can see my face. Oh my gosh. All right. So I mean 10-minute sprints isn't super duper long, but I managed to get through kind of getting myself set up, I suppose with working on my scenes. I'm still not 100% positive that I have everything I want set up exactly correctly for my, like, scene template in Notion, but I can at least go through and add all the characters that need to be there, the locations, and move my notes over from my, like, separate file where I kinda just, like, jotted everything out, in order. So I'm thinking that will help uh to move forward with that, and then I can kind of go in each one and like really sit down and flesh them out because I do want to make sure everything is good. um but yeah, how are you all doing? I know, Christina, you're trying to get out the door. I don't know if we have anyone else writing here. I know VHV, you're playing your video games, which is honestly, that sounds fun. Although I suppose it might not be a video game, it could be a different kind of game, which fair. Yeah. I I do wanna apologize for starting this late, like, oh gosh. Let's see. There we go. Yes, okay. Yeah, it's been a week. I don't know about for you all, but it's been a week. I'm really trying to get ready for the 90-day novel challenge that, Cody the writer is running. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to be in some of Cody's streams. So like next Thursday, and then I think the last 2 Thursdays of the month, they're doing like an evening stream that I'll be able to hop on, which is fun. And then I'll have my streams for the month. Other than when, I don't know. I'm gonna try really hard not to miss any of them, but I think it'll be good. I'm normally really good about never being late for a stream. I think this might be the first time I've ever been late on a stream. So yeah, we'll just go with that. But I feel like maybe I'm gonna be ready. Maybe I'm gonna be ready for October for this to start. Yeah, yeah, it'll be good. Um, Dumb question, but why does a writer have to code? I mean, I don't think a writer has to code. I don't think that's necessarily a thing. I mean, like uh have worked as a software engineer, so I mean, I do like code stuff for things, but I don't think they have to code. Um, or maybe I'm not fully understanding the question. Could very well be that. It is kind of early. I did drink my coffee though, but I still feel like I'm not fully awake. Like I feel like until like 10 or 11, I'm kind of like, just kind of fumbling through through life a little bit. But yes, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm hoping to be ready in October. My goal, well, okay. It depends how far we go back with the goals because I feel like I've changed my goal like a bajillion times. I'd hoped to be wrapping up the first draft of book 2. Obviously, that did not happen at all. Just because outlining and world building and everything has been taking a lot longer. But I think it'll be like save me time later, so it'll be okay. But yeah, my goal, right? 90-day novel challenge technically is to do 2 drafts. First draft of book 2 and then draft 5 of book 1, which is coming out in April. I need to do that like final continuity pass, line pass, making sure I'm using like all the terms exactly the same, do my copy edits to make sure there's no like grammatical issues and my commas are in the right place, right? I need to do all of that, like the proofread stuff. And I need to finish all that by the end of the year. So that's what we're going to be trying to do, which is going to be a little rough, but it's okay. But yeah, I think I'm ready to start another sprint. We can actually do a proper 25-minute sprint, although it looks like it did change to 10 minutes now that I moved off of it. So I guess now I know how that works, but let's change it back to 25. Oh, sorry. I thought you were I am a writer. I've also worked as a software engineer. Did I say coding stream? Uh, sorry about that. So, I mean, technically, I probably just used the wrong word. Um, but I do on my world building channel, I do conlanging streams, which I do have some of them where I'm working on code because I've built some code to do some of the like generation and management of like words and syllables in the language based off anything that's in there. Oh, that's so exciting, Christina. Okay, so maybe we do a short sprint, or we can just do 25 minutes and you can join in for the last half of it. I think that'll work well. Um, but yeah, so I've done coding on stream, so maybe that's where that like I misspoke where that probably came from. But yeah, no, I normally don't code anything around being a writer. I am outlining right now for my book. So that's good. Okay, so let's go here. Sprinting layout. Let's close that. That does not close. That's super helpful. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's do a 25-minute sprint and get some writing going here. Okay. Oh, welcome, Tanya. I mean, it's okay that you're late. I was 30 minutes late to my own stream, which is great. We're about to dive into a 25-minute sprint, and we'll see how we go from there. Yes. Okay, so let's get into it. We'll mute myself, and I will see you all in 25 minutes. Oh my gosh, okay. That did jar me a little bit. Ugh. Okay, there we go. Alright, how is everybody doing? I've been making pretty good progress. I'm still only working on scene 1, which is great. There's a lot of setup at the beginning, so I'm trying to put the extra time in now to pull all the information that I'm gonna need to set up and reference, and kinda just pulling that in, like, okay, we need to set up everyone in the right, like, time of year and what the weather's like and, like, what's going on and, like, all of that. So I'm working on getting all of those details in here, and trying to make sure that it's got enough conflict that it's not just, like, icky info dumping. That's sort of what I'm doing right now. Yes, yes, yes. What is Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that's going pretty well. It is productive. I feel now that I'm, like, in the scene level stuff, I feel like I'm getting a bit more done, in terms of, like, actually having all of this work out, which is nice. I think it's also fun that the first chapter of book 2 kinda has a little bit of a mirror parallel to the first chapter in book 1, which is, I think, very cool, just seeing, like, the difference of it. Um, so that's good. I just need to make sure it's not too info dumpy, you know what I mean? With overly specific details, you know, which is always a struggle. But I don't know. The book 2 is set, over winter, and the fact that it's, like, winter is kind of, like, a big part of it, so I need to make sure that that feels, like, really textured and detailed, and makes a lot of sense, which, you know, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Um, let's see. Christina started writing the opening scene yesterday. It's such a slog. I haven't written any real words in probably a decade, so trying to find the muscle again is gonna be interesting. Oh my gosh, yeah, that is totally a thing. But I mean, like, getting any words down, I feel like is such a big, accomplishment. Like, even being more in the flow of things, when I start a new draft, it takes me, like I feel like I have to get, like, 20% into the book before I really feel like it's flowing and I'm really used to it again, but it kinda just I don't know, it kinda just depends, yeah, yeah, exactly, congratulations, yeah, like, any words, it's a huge accomplishment, just, like, starting to move forward. It's definitely, like, for me, I feel like the time where you just need to, like, kind of like you're saying, you know, get used to it again, get those muscles, like, warmed up and, like, started up again. I feel like when I start drafting, I tend to have to overly prepare my, like, writing environment for writing just 'cause, like, it's so hard for me to focus, so, like, I'll actually, like, turn all the lights off, I'll put candles on, I'll have, like, one light, I'll put, like, ambient noise headphones in so that it feels like nothing else in the world exists other than me and, like, the writing in front of me, and that kind of helps me, which I know other people have, like, they go to, like, a cafe so they can, like, I don't know, be around real people, like, there's a lot of different ways to do it, but that's what I usually end up having to do, which is always fun. Let's see, mostly did a few little things and wrote a to-do list. I mean, to-do lists are fantastic. That's sort of exactly what I'm doing. I'm making a to-do list of notes I need to include in my scenes. Um, yes, I'm so glad this is motivating for you, Christina. I feel like seeing other people working through it and, like, all of I feel like I agree, it's very helpful. Um 'Cause, yeah, it's not this, like, overly romanticized, beautiful, easy thing where we're all just, you know, ruled by the muse and dragged through our writing almost as if we have no control over like, you know, I know there's, like, people that are more like that and times that are more like that, but it can be hard, and getting going is really tough. I feel like anytime I transition between, like, drafting or outlining or revising or, like, any stage in there, I feel like it's always really hard to get into that new, like, mindset and, like it's almost like you have to, like, rewire your brain every time you switch, and it just takes a while, you know? Oh, it's a bit rough. A whole week of work spliced into a 10-minute video. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yep, it's It's a thing. It is for sure a thing, but, it happens, it happens. Oh my goodness. What day is it? It's Friday. I should remember it's Friday. I feel so disconnected from the day. I actually had to have my husband drop the kids off for me today. Normally I do drop off, but my hip has been hurting, so I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea for me to be getting in and out of the car a bunch. I like pulled a muscle, but I think we're doing a little better now that I'm not like trying to get in and out of the car. So we're doing good. I'm trying to, where is my notes for, yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah. I love vlogs, don't get me wrong. My life doesn't look like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I find them motivating. It depends on the one. Like some people do a lot more like raw vlogs where you're like, whoa, you know? But then the people that do the more like cinematographically? I don't know what that word is there, but like, like the video composition and everything's like beautiful. Like I do find those very motivating if I'm trying to just like get in the headset of it. Um, but it's definitely like if I'm feeling like really not like bad about things, but like if I'm in a rough spot with my writing, I don't want to watch those sometimes, because I'm just like, where's the pain and the suffering? Oh. Yeah. Yes, yes. It's been so fun getting to like I feel like since the last stream, I've joined like 3 different writing discords now, and it's been very fun. I'm really bad with like keeping up with them because like I don't do notifications, so I kind of just have to pop in if people don't at me. But it's been very nice. Feeling like there's people, doing the same thing and we're all doing it together. Yeah. You wanna be in so many discords? Oh my gosh. I will say, the number of total discords I'm in, because I'm in a lot more world building related discords than I am, writing ones, because it's a big thing for world building content creators to have, like, a Patreon with a Discord, like, that's a very common part of it, which, like, I don't know if any of y'all hey! Speaking of, Conlangery is George of Conlangery, a, conlanger who also has a Discord. Um, but yeah, I feel like I'm in like 3 dozen discords and I have like different levels of like paying attention to them. Like obviously I pay the most attention to my Patreon Discord because like they're paying me to be there. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Also hi George. What you working on today? You just pop it in. If you're curious about conlanging, George has a lot of very, very fun videos on the Conlangery channel, and he streams on Saturdays at a time that's morning-ish for me. Is it like 11 a.m. Central Time? I don't even know. You could make merch if you want. Oh my god. What would I make merch of? I don't know. I feel like merch would be fun, mostly because I want my own merch, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a lot of discords. I can't keep track of them all. Like, and there's a lot of people that like like patronize. And so I like get access to their Discord, but like I'm not really interested in being in the Discord just because like I can't keep track of all of them. So there's a lot that I like just have like in this little folder that I just don't look at unless I get like added in them for some reason. Okay, 8 a.m. Central Time. I'll get the time right at some point. I'm gonna make a little graphic with all the like conlangers who stream throughout the week and make like a little weekly schedule thing so I could just pop that up when I do the Monday conlanging streams because yeah, it's rough. You get about 6 viewers, but you have fun. Yeah, it's a good time. I enjoy it when I get to pop in. Yeah, we're just, we're chilling. I think we're maybe about ready for another productivity sprint. Does anyone have an issue with doing another 25 minutes? Or if someone has another suggestion, we could go with that. So where's my camera? I feel like it should be like here. That's better. Yeah. Sounds good. Let's do it. All right. Okay, let's pull it up. Haha. Okay. All right. 25 minutes. My goal is to finish adding all the notes in scene 1 and maybe start pulling some into scene 2. That is my goal for this 25-minute sprint. Okay, starting now. Okay, we are done with that sprint. How did that go for people? Oh, hey, Aaron. I didn't even see you pop in here. Good morning. Good morning. Whew, that was pretty good for me at first. And then I got distracted because I got an email from my map artist with another like progress shot and some questions. So obviously I had to open that up and look at it immediately because it's my map and I'm so excited. It looks so good. I know I can't show any of you yet, but I'm so excited. It's so pretty. So I was like answering some questions about like where do I want more deciduous versus evergreen trees? Some notes about like the patchiness of the forest and different. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So that was fun. Christina ended up shopping around for home and car insurance instead of working. Whoops. I mean, it happens. I feel like I really like working in sprints like this for that reason because like at the end of the sprint, it's like a time to like check in and be like, okay, is this, do I need to switch focus on something else? That sort of thing, which works well. Yes, maps are exciting. Yes, it will go into the book. So I'm going to have 3 maps and a diagram going into the books, into both book 1 and book 2. And I'm very excited about them. She's starting with the like regional map that'll have like all the locations and it's all to scale and stuff like that. So that's all very fun. And then there's going to be like a diagram of the village, which is like on a hanging valley and like a glaciated landscape. So it's kind of weird. And I feel like there needs to be a graphic. And then the like military fortress, they're going to be like a cool, like, those are going to be like perspective. I mean, they're all going to be like perspective maps. And then like a diagram of the magic system. And I'm so excited. Like, I cannot express to you how excited I am. Like, I hope the final, well, I know the final version is going to be high quality, but I'm getting this printed on like giant because I'm so excited. It's gonna be fun. Oh, George got more work done than usual. It's boring, not creative work, but I gotta do it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta get it done, you know? It happens. I did some of that this morning. I was doing, my sister is my, like, marketing manager, right? So she's actually, like, that's what she does for a job, right? Social media marketing and advertising and running ad profiles and campaigns and stuff like that. So I had to do a bunch of like administrative work for things she had requested with like linking video files and getting her like she needed like different details for different posts and stuff. So I was sending that over to her, which was like, there's a reason why I'm having her do it and I'm not doing it. Yeah, sprints can be good for boring, not creative work. Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. It's sort of like body doubling, like digital body doubling, which very much helps me when I'm doing things I don't want to do. And also that I feel like I have to say what I did, especially when I'm like, actually streaming myself. And so then if I just get distracted, then I have to tell you I got distracted and it's good incentive not to. Yeah, body doubling is the best. I have not really successfully met many like other in-person writers, but I feel like I'd have so much fun just like working on stuff with someone else. So that's like one of my like dreams is to meet like another fantasy writer that's in the area and just be like, let's be best friends now and hang out all the time, but like not actually talk to each other very much. You know what I mean? And just get stuff done. The kinds of friends I want. Yes. Okay. Oh, something else I started doing with my outline, which has been, I'm not sure if this is going to actually help, but I think this is maybe like an ADHD thing or like I just have poor like recollection of things. So, one of the things that I struggle with in early drafts is making it feel like everything else that's happening is super relevant in every other scene. You know what I mean? So like when characters will like reference conversations from before and be like, "Oh, well, you said this and this happened," like so that it feels really connected and not like the scenes were all written in a vacuum and then stitched together. Which I see that in a lot of books and I don't like it. And so that's something that I've been trying to really work on. So what I started doing is making like a list of all the major events in the book and when they are. And then for each scene, I'm going to copy over the ones around it that I might want to reference just so that I remember that they happened when I'm writing. That's probably super overkill, but like my brain isn't capable of doing that on its own. So otherwise it takes like 80 rounds of revising for me to stitch it all together. So we'll see if this helps. But that's what I started doing before I got distracted by the map, which I still need to finish writing up an email responding to her, but I'm so excited. Actually, are you all familiar? Wait, we're like live streaming, right? Like we can do a thing. Hold on. I'm gonna show you my map artist because she's amazing. Yes. Okay. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Share screen. Ha. Okay, check this out. Okay, so Misty B is who's doing my maps, and I found her on Instagram. I've been following her for forever. But yeah, she's from France. Like this is like some of her maps, like a portfolio of stuff, which is just like crazy. Like I'm so into it. Like so into it. So I think this style is kind of, obviously this is like a really big dense city, but this is kind of the style that we're doing the like village and the fortress maps in, which is just so pretty. It's not going to be colored, right? Because I'm putting it in the book. No, that's not what we're doing. Where's one that's, is trying to look for one that's like the one she's doing right now for me. Maybe this style. Maybe, but like I feel like this is even more zoomed out, so you get a little bit less like gritty detail, where mine is a lot more zoomed in. Yes, artistic cartography. It's amazing. Like she's freaking fantastic. No, it's not this. That's like a top down. But yeah, that's sort of, you know, a cartography Atlas Awards winner. Like, I don't know. She's like kind of a big deal, and I am super excited that she was able to fit me in. Like at first she was like, "Oh, I don't have time." But then she's like, "Wait, I've heard of you doing map things. You probably like have a really good basis of what everything in the map needs to look like, so maybe I can fit you in." And I was like, "Yes." Cuz I did. I had all the like non-pretty map versions of everything she's doing. So she knew like I gave her where every location is to scale, like where every river is, where every mountain is, where every like, you know, I had all that detail, so it was less crazy. Oh, I've been playing around with the Incarnate map making site, and it's so much fun. Yes, Incarnate is really fun. There's oh gosh, I feel like we're getting mildly off topic, but there are map makers, which let me show you this one. That sort of works. This is another map maker who actually, the way they work is they build the maps in Incarnate, and then they sort of add all the custom bits and like build off of it from there. So they're able to make really pretty custom maps, like more custom than Incarnate, but a lot quicker and a lot cheaper. So I feel like you could probably use a lot of this as an inspiration, because like the base of it is built in Incarnate, which is really neat. You know what I mean? And like also like some of these maps are just so pretty, you know? Like yeah, and like these prices are really, really reasonable for map making. I will tell you, the maps that Miss TV are making for me, which like every single mountain is like hand drawn. Like, I mean, maybe not like exactly. Like I think she has some like custom brushes that she uses for some of like the base like mountain shapes and stuff, and like puts it all together. You know what I mean? Like she's like a map maker, so she has ways to make it quicker. But like it is so expensive. Like I had to have a serious like, I don't know, a serious sit down think about whether or not it was worth it for me to spend that level of money on the maps, because it is disgustingly expensive. But also like to an extent you get what you pay for, but like also there's only an extent where like things are worth it, you know what I mean? But like as like a really serious world builder, I figured my maps would be like, that's something that's worth it for me to invest in, given how much world building I do and how much I can use those maps for other content too. But it's been insane. See, Christina, this is a world I can't wait to dive into. I've been so focused on internal character development and I get overwhelmed by outer world stuff, but this is exciting. Yeah, I feel like everyone has their different focuses on what comes more naturally to them, and like becomes sort of their base to then build everything else off of. Because like I definitely struggle with a lot of stuff. But world building is like me and world building are best friends. I mean, you got to pay the artist. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, George. Like I will say like to the extent of like you get what you pay for and you got to pay for it like right. But like from like the business perspective, right? Like how much as an indie author you can expect to make back. Like I sat down and did all the napkin math of like, okay, this is roughly how much I will make per ebook. This is roughly how much I will make per paperback. Like this is how much you know, everything is going to like how long would it take me to pay off the amount I am just spending on the maps? You know what I mean? Like and just trying to figure out if I could afford to do it right now. Like obviously it's worth it and you know, also remembering that like anything that you pay to like put in a book that you're going to make money off of is going to be more expensive because you have to like pay for like the licensings and stuff to use it to make money off of it. Which is part of why it was so expensive, but like it's definitely worth it. Like they got to charge what they're worth. You know what I'm saying? We all spend money on our hobbies. Yeah. Oh, hello, Greg. Did I say hello to you? I don't remember if I said hello to you. Somebody hires me for a conlang, I'm going to charge more than that. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, like the thing with the cartography bird is again, like they're using a tool that kind of does a lot of it. Like, so it is very quick once you know how to use Incarnate to put like a map together like that. And she has a lot of like styles and systems she uses to make it really quick. And then she does all like, you know, if you want custom illustrations or custom borders or stuff, like all of that adds more money to it. A lot more, but it gives at least a nice intro where people can get, you know, a good map for a decent amount without having to like, you know, figure out how to do it themselves, which is always good too. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm always, you know, a big proponent of being able to hire people to do things. Like, I don't want to go on a tangent. I feel like this is a tangent. We need to get into another sprint here. But I am of the opinion that, like, so I'm the type of person that, like, I can learn how to do stuff pretty well. Like, I'm decently artistic. I'm decently, like, good at researching. Like, I will watch enough YouTube videos until I know how to do something. Like, I collect hobbies, right? I can do things decently well, right? So, like, could I have made my own cover? Probably. Could I make my own maps? Sure. But there's a difference when you have someone who actually, like, that is their art form. You know what I mean? Creating art. Because, like, I feel like if I made a cover, it wouldn't be art. It would be me just attempting to make a cover. You know what I mean? Like, I'd put something together, but it wouldn't be the same as, you know, someone, like, my cover artist is, like, an illustrator. And so, like, they made this, like, like, it is beautiful. I can never do anything like that. And it has, like, I don't know. It's art from someone else that, like, joins your universe. I don't know. I think there's something beautiful about that and being able to commission, you know, cover artists and map artists and character artists and all that stuff, and having that have the soul of the art of this person who has been, like, motivated and has this dream and this desire and the muses of creating these things, and having that, you know, join your work versus it just being like a side thing, you know? It's definitely not something that is super accessible for everybody, and, like, it has to be, you know, you got to build up to it, but, like, that's like the dream, you know what I mean? Like, the dream is to be able to have all of that. You know, that's one of the things that I feel fairly strongly about for the stuff that I do, at least, you know? Yes, yes. I mean, it's a money game, that's for sure. I'm pulling up, where did I still have Focus up. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. There we go. We'll start a stream in a second, or a sprint in a second. But yeah, like, I wish I could have, like, illustrations in my book. Like, that would be so cool to do stuff like that. Have, like, a hardcover design, get, like, audiobooks made. But, like, yeah, you gotta, I guess, pick and choose as you build up the business. But I don't know. I saved up enough money before publishing to do at least like the cover, the maps, some character art for the first couple books that I publish, and then it's just a question of, am I successful enough to keep doing that? I don't know. It's so expensive. But yeah, it's It's the game, I guess. It's just such a struggle. Yeah, my dreams are illustrations and audio narration. Ah, yeah, yeah. It's just, it's so it's the dream, it's the dream. It really is. That's honestly, I feel like all my goals are less around, like I mean, who wouldn't wanna be, like, a super famous best-selling author, right? Like, but I feel like my big goals are just, like, to make enough money to be able to do the things, like, have the maps illustrated, have beautiful covers, have wonderful audiobook narrators, like, perform, like, wonderful audiobooks and, like, being able to afford to do those things and to grow as a business and be able to, like you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the dream for me. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking if we don't start another, sprint. So 25 minutes, let's get this going. I'm gonna finish sending my map email, and then I'm gonna get back into pulling all my, like, big events that I wanna reference in my scenes. Okay, let's get going. Okay. There we go. That was much more productive for me. I don't know about you all, but I think I actually finished the rest of scene 1, and I finished the rest of scene 2, which is going pretty well. I'm pretty happy about it. Got a good bit done. Yes, sending good vibes out there for job seekers. It's a rough time. Yeah, not a fun kind of work. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely good luck with all of that. How did everyone do? I think I think that was the most productive one for me so far. I feel like I'm getting into the scene outlining, like I'm really settling into it, which is nice. And I restructured a little bit at the beginning of the two scenes to make them make a little bit more sense. Which will be good. Let's see, what are you all up to? Let me add a note here real quick. Okay, there. I gave her some stronger goals at the beginning, and I needed to make a note back in scene 1 for something I changed in scene 2. But I think that's all good. I think that's all good. I will admit, I'm getting really hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet, and it's 10:30 here, which is kind of a problem. Ooh, Christina, I updated my calendars for work. Nothing exciting. I mean, that's still good, getting on top of things. I very much rely super heavily on my calendars. Like, I like to go in, and every month I do these like planner pages where I go through when I'm available, what I'm doing every day, and break down like my to-do list by everything. And I feel like that like helps me so much, just like sitting back and thinking about it. So I feel like that counts as really good productivity. And it can be fun. Can be. Can be. Miles, all I had for a coffee was coffee for brekkie, but just organized and worked on my slide deck. Ooh, exciting. Yeah, I mean, I had coffee, which usually, like, I don't know. Sometimes it, like, what is it? Your, like, appetite, it, like, lowers my appetite a little bit. So usually I'm not ready to eat, like, actual breakfast until later. Sometimes I don't even eat breakfast, but also sometimes I'm just super hungry. Ooh, managing a lot of people's calendars? No, that's the worst. That's the worst. Oh, yeah, no, that takes it into, like, less fun category. Greg is working on their maps, added a major city, upgraded a road to old road on the map, discovered a mistake with route numbers when I got to the eastern end of the road. Oh, yeah, finding all, like, those little mistakes and having to go back and fix it. Yep, feel for that. Ooh, a laminated to-do chore list. Ooh, that's fun. I am really bad with chore lists. Like, I will totally spend hours putting together a super complicated, like, chore chart system and schedule, and then will I do it? No. I have not figured out a chore list thing that, like, works for my poor little ADHD brain, or at least my version of an ADHD brain. I don't like chores. I, like, get stuff done, like, bare minimum, but it's more like I have to be in that moment, be bothered by something enough to do it, and then I'll, like, go crazy, but getting me bothered by things is part of the journey. Ooh, your 5-year-old has a chore list. You know, I feel like that would be very helpful for my kids to do something like that, that they can manage. The problem would be it has to be something that they manage and they keep up with. And so I need to, like, self-motivate them to do it. Which, like, we've done, like little bits of allowance money here or there, just so that they start learning about, like, saving and all that stuff. So maybe I just need to, like, you know, do that. This is why you need a Virgo to help organize. My personal Virgos help me stay organized. So, like, I'm really organized. I just don't do the stuff, right? That's my problem. Tiny's here to figure out some bureaucratic regulations around moving and addresses. Really annoying and stressful. Oh gosh, yeah, that sounds stressful. Shiver Wolf plays I Feel You. Also ADHD here, and it is so hard to do the dull stuff. Yes, it's so hard. And it is so hard to do the dull stuff in a regimented manner. You know what I mean? Like, I was worried when I had to go, like, full time with all of my writing and content creation stuff, because, like, you have this, like, thing in the back of your head where you, like, it's not like intrusive thoughts, but like you feel like you're lazy and unmotivated and undedicated that you can't do anything. And I had just because like there's so many things that are like that. And then it's just like, I don't know. With all of this stuff, I'm fine. I'm great. I'm super regimented. I'm super like, I gotta do this at this time and da da da. You know what I mean? Like it works. I have my system. But like, oh, everything else is just like random chaos. Um, yeah, it needs to reach a state of critical mess to be able to deal with it. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Well, my problem too is like once it gets too messy, I get overstimulated and I can't. Like I at the point that it gets like critical mess for me, in order like I will be overwhelmed and not be able to do it until like I reach the point where I just get so mad that I like rage clean. And that is not good for anyone in my house when I do that. Like it's basically like a combination of like being super overstimulated and having like a panic attack and just unleashing all the rage of the universe at stuff in my house. And it usually involves me like decluttering to the point where like I throw away a bunch of stuff that I probably didn't need to throw away. And I'm just like, well, this is gone now. It's in, I don't know. It's bad. I usually avoid it, but mm, mm, yeah. If I can keep everything clean, like if everything's clean, right, and I see one thing that's out of place, that's pretty easy for me to stay on top of because then it stands out, right? When things are generally cluttery, I feel like it all just kind of blends in and I don't really see it anymore. Whereas like if it's clean and I like if I clean all the counters in the kitchen, as long as it doesn't like get too bad, I can kind of keep up with it. But like once it crosses that threshold, gone. And then if it goes too far, I can't even stand in my kitchen. Like I cannot cook in my kitchen unless the kitchen is clean because it's just so overstimulating for me. And like my husband does all the cooking like 90% of the time, but every now and then he's like, okay, like you make this or I need to make it for some reason. And I just walk into the kitchen and I'm like, it's a rough life. Yeah, my family hates to see me coming with a big garbage bag. Yes. Yes, the rage purge. That is me. I do not have the, like, sentimental attachment to tons of stuff that, like, my husband does, and even my kids. Like, every single drawing they wanna keep, and I give them these big folders to keep all their drawings in, and, like, they're so overfull, and I'm like, "Kids, like, we cannot have every surface in the house just piles and piles of your drawings, like, you have to choose." And, like, I think their schools are pushing the, like, reusing things and recycling things, like, every time I, like, recycle a cardboard box. They're like, "Oh my gosh, could we keep that? We could do something with it." And I'm like, "You have 4 boxes in your room, just like random Amazon boxes." No. Like, no. It's not happening. Ugh. Yes, and they're all the same drawing. Yes, exactly. Like they're the same thing. Why do you need multiple? It's rough. It's rough. But yeah, I am inspired by this chore chart idea for my kids. I feel like that could be a good idea. I just have to make it something that, like, he can manage himself, and we don't have to manage for him, which is the struggle, you know what I mean? Ugh. That is much cheaper than buying new toys if an Amazon box will entertain them. I mean, like, it does, but, like, they don't need more stuff to entertain them, you know what I mean? Like, I just say, like, "Go play upstairs," and they have stuff, they're fine, you know what I mean? But, like, then I'll come in their room, and there'll be boxes everywhere, and, like, they can't clean it because there's so many. No, absolutely not. Nope, 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 nope. We do really small things, like put your clothes in a hamper, yeah. I feel like that's all I need, like, put your clothes in the hamper. Like, I do make them clean their rooms, like, once or twice a week, like, get it all picked up off the floor, and then I actually which this is one of my proud mom moments. I have taught them to take their laundry baskets, and they dump it out, and they grab all of their own clothes and separate it and put it on their floors, and then they put it all in piles depending on what type of clothing item it is, and then their closet is all just, like, pull-out baskets, for every type of clothing, so then they just stick it in the baskets, like, they don't have to fold it, and then they put their own laundry away, which is, like there's a lot of, like, issues when they put things in the wrong places and they can't find stuff, and, like, it's not a perfect system, but I feel like it's pretty good. Um, yeah, an ADHD cleaning planner. Yeah, my problem is, like, if it's a workbook, I'm not gonna open it. If it's closed, it's not real, it doesn't exist, and why would I wanna open that? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, chores, gross. I don't wanna open that, and then I won't. I've learned this lesson a few times with those kinds of things. It does not work. It has to be, like, in my face, and it has to be motivated by other people. So, like, if I had someone that just, like, came to my house and stared at me every day for an hour and was like, "Clean now," I'd be like, "This is great. I can clean." But, like, I don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe I'll grow as a person and figure it out at some point. But, like, yeah, something on a wall that my kids can see, that I can see, and it's low effort for me to be like, "Yo, check the chore chart," you know? I feel like that could be good. I like it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like I was gonna do another sprint, but I feel like at this point I am starving and I need to go eat breakfast and then I'm just gonna keep working on this stuff, but that's what I need to do. Oh, ours is on the fridge. We have a daily 9 p.m. alarm to do it. That's great. I will say we do have a chore chart on our fridge, but it's at grown-up people height and we don't update it. And I do have an alarm on my phone that I just say X every single day. Do I change it? No. But is it still there? Yeah. Mhm. 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 Cleaning schedule is very flexible. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, everybody, I'm going to get going, but this was good. We are doing this next Friday as well, I believe. Hold on, let me pull up before we all go. Yes, I have a stream. I have a morning writing stream. I can read this. Yeah, October 3rd. It'll be October. Oh my gosh, yeah. And then we're going to do more when I'm not in Scotland through October. So we'll have a few afternoons on Tuesdays and we'll have a few Friday mornings, so that will all be good. Is it Club Week? I don't think it's Club Week. Oh, wait, we were moving it up. I think we do have a world building club today. I'll post something in the Patreon and double check that, Greg, for the Dragon patrons. But I think we are today because we moved it from last week. So I think that's good. Yeah, so the World Building Club is one of my patron tiers. So I have my Patreon. It's mostly world building focused, but like a lot of the world builders are also writers. And so the highest tier is the Dragon patron tier, and we do every 2 weeks we do like a Discord video call where we like share all our world building stuff and like give each other advice and suggestions and stuff like that. It's like a small group, right? Because it's like the highest tier, but it's been very fun getting to like just like chat with people and see what everyone's working on and seeing like the progression of people's like projects, because like everyone's doing very, very different stuff. Yeah, there was some connection issues last time for some reason, but yeah, it's been very fun. My trouble is choosing one world to build. I mean, yeah, it's a hard part. But I mean, like, I think it's also motivating for people to give those status checks and like talk about what you're going to work on over the next 2 weeks. And we have like Discord channels for it and stuff too. But yeah, you should look into it if it works out for you. But yeah, it's definitely fun. Yes, I'm hungry. I'm going now. This was lovely. Thank you everyone for popping in. Sorry that I started this late. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun chatting with everyone. Starts the day off well. Let's see. Yeah, of course. Of course. I'm excited. Oh yeah, and Thursday I'm on Cody's channel. So next Thursday in the evening I'm on Cody's channel, and then Friday morning we're back here. Yes. Okay. Bye everybody. Have a good weekend.